Hi ladies, welcome to Or Panimi. This is Saratova Best. Today I want to talk about, for just a couple of minutes, getting used to the new normal and making it our basic download. So what's the new normal? Everybody's talking about the miracle. That's all anybody talks about Shalom Mordechai. And one of the things that I see that comes out of this is that from the minute that happened to him, that tremendous salvation happened to him, that became our new normal. We are used to, in history, the fact that when you're in darkness, when you're in a difficult situation, it takes a really long time to get out of it. It can take forever. And we're used to the feeling that it's going to take a long time. Here I am, stuck in this mess. What do you think? You just jump out of a mess in the middle of nowhere? You don't. And yet what happened? And not only what happened, it jumped right out of the Chumash, because the day before, on Monday, the Torah was all talking about the same story. The story of the Shvatim, the 12 tribes, going down to find their brother Yosef. And there they are at the worst, darkest moment of their lives. There they are, standing, facing the ruler of Mitzrayim. They don't know it's their brother. They know this is Paro's henchman, Paro's main guy, who rules over the entire world and rules a country that says, nobody ever escapes from this place. That's basically the conversation. That's basically the mission statement of Mitzrayim. And imagine standing in front of that minister who represents that, begging for him to give you back your brother, because if you don't, they really said what would happen to their father. He would never survive it. Yaakov Avinu would never survive it. And yet the interesting thing was, first of all, Yehuda, the warrior among all the brothers, not only begged and asked, but he went out with a power that essentially expressed, I know the truth, I know what we have to have come out of this, I know what the outcome has to be, will be, that's it. That's it. I'm not settling for anything less. And imagine being in this horrific situation where it feels like the darkness will never end. This ruler of Mitzrayim isn't giving you back your brother. Forget it, Charlie. He's not giving him back. Of all the things, of all the solutions to that problem, what can you imagine would solve it? Maybe Paro's henchman would have a little rachmanis. Maybe he would give in a little. Maybe he wouldn't be so cruel. Maybe. The one thing that you would never imagine would happen at that moment, facing that deepest darkness, is that he would send everybody out of the room, turn around, look at you and say, I'm really your brother. That one, nobody would expect. That's so out of the box, nobody would think of that one. That's such a creative solution. Hey, it's like a childlike solution. Hey, what if we just snap our fingers and turn him into our brother Yosef? That would solve all the problems, right? Only a child would think that way. And yet the Pintele Yid, the Jewish spark, in the spark of Yaakov Avinu in every single Jew, thinks like a child and says, hey, what if we could turn into our brother? We could turn this ugly, horrible ruler of Mitzrayim into our brother Yosef. Wow, wouldn't that be great? And boom, he does. In a second, the whole nightmare turns into incredible light. So that was the story of last week's Parsha. And the next day, that was Rosh Chodesh, Aleph. You know, the Rabashkins walked around saying Aleph Beis Gimel for years, and people thought, okay, that's nice, Aleph Beis Gimel, Emunah B'tachon Geula. And there on Aleph Tevis, the next day, the story jumps out of the Chumash and jumps into real time. And the same thing happens. Imagine, here's Shalom Mordechai. He writes a letter to the Rebbe on Zeis Chanukah and says, please, please save me, help me. And then at 4:30 or 4:25 or whatever, decides he's going to wash to have a festive meal for Zayis Chanukah, washes to eat a piece of matzah, and all of a sudden he's taken, pushed, encouraged out of his cell, and that's it. He's out in a split second. That's not something that seemed logically in the box as a solution. That's the same category as what happened in the Chumash the day before, that literally jumped out of the Chumash and became reality, basic reality. And one thing that we know is when we hear stories in Torah, there are lots of stories, there are lots of things that happen between God and tzaddikim, and conversations that tzaddikim have with their maker that we never hear. But the ones that we hear, that come to our recognition, those are for us to know that it's not just a story about them. It now has become our new normal. So ladies, we've got a new normal. And the new normal is, when we're in a pinch, to expect that in a split second, in a way that makes zero sense, it can and will just turn to incredible light. That's not crazy. That's our new normal. That's not a wishful thinking. That's what we saw with our eyes in the most graphic way. And maybe all the dancing, besides all the reasons that people were dancing, is people are celebrating the new normal. But here's the catch. The new normal depends on us. It was opened up as a gift card from God. Now it's for us to hold on to the gift. Because we have this animal soul that's used to thousands of years of gullus that says, come on, that stuff's not realistic. That's not a new normal. That's a miracle that happened once and it's never going to happen again. And the tendency of our animal soul to say that is really strong. We have to keep pushing against it. So the call to action for this week and the week of Vayechi, this week that is the week of eternal life for Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu lomes Vayechi Yaakov. Yaakov Avinu lived 17 years in Mitzrayim, the place that nobody ever escapes from, this horrible place. He had 17 amazing years. Because Yaakov Avinu has access to that place. He is Torah. And he has access to that place in Torah in which new normals, there's a reset button. You know, press the button, reset. Press the button, reset. Press the button, reset. Reset. Up, here's Gullus. Press the button, reset. Geula. It's just a little button. Gullus, Geula. Oh, no, don't press the red one. Press the green one. Right. Press the green one. Reset. That's all. That reset is the basic download of Torah. That reset is the basic download of Yaakov Avinu. So Yaakov Avinu's eternity is connected to that reset. You're in darkness, turn it to light. Oh, you're in darkness again, turn it to light. Press the reset button. Redo the whole thing, but now do it from a Geula point of view. So in that week, and on the heels of last week, with the dancing that's celebrating the reset button, our call to action, I think, is to get used to the new normal and to start to expect it. And when we find ourselves in kind of a pinch, to have simultaneous pictures in our mind of what we see in front of our eyes, wow, there's what we're in, it's not so easy, and then see the opposite, but the real diametrical opposite, the incredibly intense joy and joyful dancing. Watch them simultaneously, because as Shalom Mordechai said, it's so amazing to be here. Speaking Matzah Shabbos in this shul, he said, if you had seen where I was last Matzah Shabbos, it was pretty different from this. And my last week's Malav Malka was pretty different from this. And here I am now, and this is it. So ladies, let's make this our new normal. Let's install those simultaneous pictures of me in a pinch when I am, if God forbid it comes to that again, and me dancing for joy that the whole thing has turned to incredible light. And surely, as we do it again and again and again, we'll find that it's no longer an exercise, that it becomes the absolute truth, and that every remnant of darkness that's left over, turns to light, dancing, joy. Laihudim haisa simcha v'sasam v'simcha vikar. Don't remember the words. So may it be for us, and so will it be for us. Begula mitis vashlema. Let's find ourselves in the light now, as we say this week. Chazak, chazak, v'nis chazek. May we take that strength from Yaakov Avinu and go for the light forever. Thanks so much.